to page 53. I'm going to read the poem aloud now. So in poetry, it's good. It's good to read it once, it's good to read it twice, and sometimes even a third time, because poetry follows a different structure when they write it. Okay? So remember, when we're reading this poem, the point of this lesson is to be able to identify the conflict in the story. Nathan, what does it mean by conflict?
Problem.
A problem. Very good. We're going to try to identify that. In order to identify that, you have to think about what's happening. And then with theme, how does the main character react to the conflict? That's how you kind of identify the theme. At the end, we're going to be writing about what is the theme, and we're going to be able to identify what is the theme, and we're going to write about it. So listen and follow along. Nope, this is not what we're doing. It figures. So your eyes are on the book. There's nothing on the board to stare at. When I was 7 and crazy for Mr. Spock, a Star Trek lunchbox was all I craved. Instead, Dad bought me one blaring the logo of some football team I'd never even heard of. I shoved that thing in the coal black of my closet, then celebrated with cake. Okay, so before we move on to the next set of stanzas, what is that section about? So it says, it figures. Mason, tell me what you think that section is about. Do you think he liked the lunchbox he got? Because it says,
No, wait, no.
okay, he got him a lunchbox that he never even heard of. I shoved that thing in the cold black of my closet. Do you think he's going to use it?
No. Alright. No.
Thank you. Let him answer.
Don't give me the answer.
Right, very good. So he probably doesn't like it. So do you think the dad actually understand, the dad and the son actually like have a good connection? Dylan, what do you think? Does the dad really understand him? No. Okay. What makes you think that, Dylan?
Because he won like a Star Trek lunchbox, but his like dad brought him a logo of a football team.
Excellent. Has that ever happened to anyone? Can you connect with that? Like you really wanted something and then one of your parents, or maybe it's a different relative, gives you something that you really wouldn't want? Okay, Fletcher, what happened?
So there is like, I don't know, I was like 5.
Okay.
There is this little action figure I wanted,
Mhm.
but I asked my grandma for it, but she got it had the same name.
Okay.
But it wasn't the thing I wanted.
Okay, so you can kind of like get that connection, right? So it's like you ask for something and you get something totally different, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so clearly the dad wasn't really listening to the son. He wanted a Star Trek when he gets him a football. Do you think the kid likes football?
No.
Probably not. Yes, Bentley.
What is Star Trek?
It's a show. It's a show on TV. All right, moving on. So unique. Emery, what does unique mean? To be different, right? Okay, does this kind of go along with the theme that we've been reading about? Probably, right? Yep. How good is different? I search stories for someone who resembles me. If it weren't for books and Joe, different would just be lonely. So that little stanza there, unique. What's going on in that stanza, Aubrey?
Like he wants to find people,
He wants to find people?
like stories.
Okay, he likes to find, he finds himself in stories that relate to him, as somebody that is like him. Do you think he has a lot of friends? Let's make an inference based on what we just read, Xavier. Do you think he has a lot of friends? No, right? What makes you think no? What's clues in there tell you that? Just in that last stanza.
Like football.
We're just in that section, unique. Just in that bottom stanza, it says unique. How good is different? I search stories for someone who resembles me. If it weren't for books and Joe, different would just be lonely. So what word stands out to you that tells you he probably doesn't have a lot of friends?
Lonely.
Lonely. Very good. Excellent. Good job. All right, moving on. Now we're going to hear about Joe. Joe caught me dancing in first grade during recess, out back by the slide, alone, or so I thought, till Joe showed up and joined right in. Seems funny now, because there was no music playing and neither of us minded or needed any. We were our own melody. We went back to class, each waiting for the other to spill his secret for a laugh, but we didn't. That's how we knew we'd be friends. Avery, how did Joe become friends with Garvey?
I see him dancing on the Princess Diary.
And what did he do? Did he laugh at him and make fun of him? What did he do? Okay, so thought that was nice, and then Joe did something in particular. Emery, what did Joe do? He joined right in. Excellent. So joined right in, and that's how they became friends. All right, moving on. Photo album. So we're on page 54. I flipped through pictures of Dad when he was my age, laughing while Grandpa held him in a loose headlock, close as I wish we could be. What was Grandpa like? I asked Dad after dinner. He shrugs. Strong, silent, like you then, never talking. He talks some, says Dad. Football. Pigskin, the gridiron, throws, passes, tackles, touchdowns. I guess you could say football's the way Dad and me knew how to be together. Here I've been thinking Dad pushed me to play football because he thought I was weird or some kind of weakling. I had it wrong all along. Why did his dad want him to play football? Maya.
Because he could learn how to throw, make passes, tackles, and touchdowns.
Okay, so maybe he wanted him to learn how to do that stuff. There's another reason that is maybe why the dad wanted him to play football. Janice, do you know? No? Okay. Ever, what do you think?
It says on paragraph 50, here I've been thinking that pushed me to play football because he thought I was weird or some kind of weakling.
Okay, so what does that mean? So why did the dad want him? Because then it says I had it all wrong. So why do you think the dad wanted him to play football?
He thought he was weird.
Because he thought it was weird. Okay, all right, it's a good guess. Aubrey.
Because he wanted to make new friends or toughen him up.
Okay, so maybe to toughen him up, make new friends. Emily, what do you think?
I think he wanted him to play football to help him make friends.
Okay, help to make friends. Okay, Carlos, what do you think? To communicate with who?
With people.
With other people. Okay, so maybe to help him with communicating. Okay, excellent. Charlie.
I think all of that is that it's he wants his son to talk more and not be as
Okay, so very good. So kind of add on to that. So wanted him to be stronger, wanted him to be able to talk more, kind of going with Carlos said, communicating. Okay, Bentley.
To inspire his dad because his dad was fit. It says
Okay.
football.
Okay, because his dad liked football, right? And then he wanted him to play football. Okay, Fletcher.
His dad, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He wanted it to everybody in the family to keep passing down the football because his grandpa was playing football. His grandpa played football, his dad played football.
Right.
And he wants his son to play football.
Excellent. Very good. Good job, Emery.
he thought it was the only way for Garvey and him to be friends.
Okay. Very good. He thought it was the only way, so his dad pushed him. So going along with what kind of everybody said, his dad wanted to play football so they could have that connection as well and have something to talk about and be close. All right, morning classes. Blue notes, sad as me, wail their way from a classroom I've never been in. Chorus, says Joe when I ask. It's a new club. You should join. You're always singing, or at least humming out loud. Yeah, but I don't know. Look, says Joe, your voice is choice. You should let others hear it. So there's a line there, so the last two lines. Look, Joe says, your voice is choice. You should let others hear it. What do you think that means? Justice, what do you think that means? Your voice is choice. You should let others hear it. What does that mean? You're welcome. Anything it means. Joe's trying to tell him, it's a new club, you should join. You're always singing, or at least humming out loud. Then Garvey responds with, yeah, but I don't know. Joe comes back with, look, Joe says, your voice is choice. You should let others hear it. What does that mean? Does Joe think he has a nice singing voice or a bad singing voice? Like a nice singing voice, right? So he's saying, he kind of is saying he has a nice singing voice. He should let others hear it. Aubrey.
Like he has a nice voice and like, but he doesn't like pressure him.
Okay.
So he's giving him a decision.
Okay, so like making that choice or give him a decision. Oh, I like that word, give him a decision. Excellent. Fletcher, want to add on to that?
I have a question
Okay.
and like the answer.
Okay.
The answer, what I think is that it's a choice to like how she's humming out loud sometimes. It's her choice to like hum, but it's her choice to not like be in the chorus.
Okay. Okay, excellent. I like that thought. Okay, and what's your question?
Is Joe the girl or the boy?
It's the friend, it's a boy.
Okay.
It's a boy.
They're both boys.
Alright. High school half day. My sister, Angela, crashes chorus practice, hears me sing. After my solo, her eyes are wet pools of pride. Dad needs to hear you, Garvey. You have to tell him. Angela insists. Her words grind my doubt to dust. She's right. This isn't football, but here I'm the quarterback. Why do you think they put you have to tell him in capital letters with a period between each one? Charlie, what do you think?
Because he's like, or she's like, it's not like insisting, but it's like, you like, she's like saying it a bit louder.
Okay,
too.
kind of like insisting though, like you have to tell him, right? She's like really like insisting, like, oh my gosh, you really have to tell him. Excellent. Okay, I see the hands. Well, let's just keep moving on for time's sake. Alright, announcement. That night I announced that I sing in the chorus, have my own solo, say it like it's no big deal, then leap inside when Dad smiles. Okay, there's a line there. Then leap inside when Dad smiles. What do you think that means? Marcel, what do you think that means? How does Garvey feel at that point?
Happy.
Probably happy, right? Okay, I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. There are 5 multiple choice questions. You're going to first do them independently. If you finish before the timer, read a book. Then we're gonna do 4 corners to go over the answers. Get started. This is independent. Independent.
Where do we put questions?
You're doing the multiple choice questions 1 through 5. If you finish early, read a book.
See?
It's independent. We'll discuss as a group after. Independent. You do because of this. There's this reaction. what is it he thinks is, what was the problem in the story?
Yeah.
Which
I
one
used
does
two
this?
stories together.
It's also, yes, one big story, so this is like, so here we're going to accomplish, it's like that. So it's only the chapter, it's a couple, but
This
totally.
line is throwing me off.
Yeah.
It's two different.
No, it's all one story, so what is Garvey, what's the problem he's facing?
It's there's two.
Okay, so out of those 4 choices, what's the big problem in the story? That he's trying to find a solution to.
It's just sitting in the side
Do that? So because of that, how does he respond to now which one of these does he do because of that? You're good, Nyla. Nathan's asking that way. The rest of us, if you can hold off, I wanna make sure we get a chance to go over the questions. Then we're gonna talk about the little writing, there's a couple sentences we're gonna write about the theme, and then you guys can use the restroom. So if you just hold off the bathroom, just a few more minutes, that'd be great. Anybody need more time with the questions? We're almost done. Okay, you're good, you're good, awesome. Just doing a check-in. Good job. Good job.
Judy, what did you put in for you?
No, a whole thing, 1 through 5.
What's in it?
You don't show me anything, Matt?
No, it's
From the drum one? Yes, yes. Do you have your packet? You can use your packet. You still have it. Detail from the text supports the evidence that Garvey has gained confidence. So one of those shows that he's gained confidence. Another 42 seconds. Keep your workbook open because you're gonna discuss with your groups first before we do 4 corners. So if there's one that you're stuck on, you have an opportunity to talk with your group mates first as a check-in. Remember, these are the types of questions you'll see on your test on Thursday, so we're answering the questions. So in line 75, why does Garvey leak inside? What's the meaning of that? We talked about it, what does it mean? Alright, go. Alright, I'm gonna set the timer for 4 minutes this time. It should not take you very long to discuss in your groups. You're gonna go in the same order that you did when you discussed for the grammar, when you're practicing the grammar. So go in that same circle, discussing questions 1 through 5. So make sure if somebody doesn't agree with you, you're going to prove your answer and explain. Ready? Go. Fletcher, we're discussing in the groups in the same order that you did the grammar review. Everyone's reading a question and saying what you got. If they don't agree with you, you prove your answer.
I was so
Just read the question and tell me what you got. Read this on what you got. See if you agree.
In the full back
You would actually on the football
Wait, where are we?
Yeah, I think honestly, number 5 I got B. Too late anyway, so
It was Amy I got A. I got a C. I got a C. Number 5. Somebody's already out. And somebody's already out.
Yeah. Yes, Mason. Not right now. I want you to be here for 4 corners. Okay, we've got 1 more minute. Finish going over them.
what's my name?
No. Unacceptable. Alright, does anybody need an extra minute? No. Alright, perfect. Awesome. Alright. Let's start. Let's play our 4 corners. So stand up, push in your chairs. This way we can start with the bathroom. You guys need to go. Let's do 4 corners. I'm not gonna yell over you. Remember the expectations. You walk to the right corner. You stand quietly, because I should be able to discuss as you're standing there. Then we'll go on to the next question, and you walk. Please be aware of the room. Look, there's pencils and stuff all over the floor. Be aware of where you're walking. Remember, if you select A, point to where you'll go if you think the answer is A. To the door. Point to where you go if you think it's B. Up here by Miss Kennedy by the podium. Not hitting my computer. Point to where you go for C. Not behind the table. Stay in front of the table. Point to where you go for D. Very good. So no one should be saying, where do I go? Might be a good idea to take your workbook with you. Stand and push in your chairs. For number 1, go to the correct corner. A, B, C, or D. Go. Go. We're not sitting on the table. We're standing quietly. I just went over the expectations. No, it's not trying to get as close as you can to the wall. You are correct. It is C. Number of part B. Go to the right corner. A, B, C, or D. We're just doing 4 corners, Nyla. We're on part B of number 1. Very good. It is A. Number 2. Go to the right corner. A, B, C, or D. You should have your workbook with you so you know where to go. Not just following everyone. We're on number 3. I'm sorry, number 2. Very good. Number 2, it is C. Dad and Grandpa had used football as a way to bond with each other. All right, number 3. This one I saw a couple different answers. Go to the right corner. A, B, C, or D.
Is it number 4?
Number 3. What does Joe mean when he tells Garvey your voice is choice? We talked about this. Your voice is choice. Okay, B is the correct answer because the line after it says you should let others hear it. That's your context clues that tells you that Garvey is an excellent singer. So if you don't have B, fix your answer, please. Your voice is choice, which means that. please follow expectations, or I'm just gonna keep deducting points. If you haven't heard, I have been taking dojo points from our friends. So it is B, he is an excellent singer. The line after that, you should let others hear it, is your context clues. Alright, number 4, go to the right corner, A, B, C, or D. What inference that Garvey has gained confidence? How do you know he gained confidence? We're not sitting on the table, we're just standing. We're not against the wall. Thank you for following expectations, not putting your bodies on the wall. We're just standing. We're not on the chair, we're just standing. Very good, it is D. Alright, number 5, A, B, C, or D. Why does Garvey leap inside when Dad smiles?
Wait. Hold on.
Page 56, you find it? Very good, it is B. Go back to your seats. Thank you for dancing for the camera. This plant will love to see it. Alright, have a seat, leave your workbooks open. Let's do our writing component really quick. So now I'm going to be able to see, do you know what the theme of the poem is? What's the theme of the story / poem? So the directions say, write, or what is one theme of Garvey's choice? Explain how the theme develops in the story. Use details from the story to support your response. So you'll begin your sentence with, the theme of the poem is. You're going to tell me, what do you think it is? Remember, it's the lesson in the story. We talked about acceptance. We talked about hard work pays off. We talked about do your best. These are some different ideas of what theme can be. Then you're going to tell me what is the conflict, which is question number 1. Part B, you're going to tell me in a sentence, how does he respond? And then you're going to give me something from the text. Should be 4 sentences. Give me a thumbs up when you're done. Go. Identify the theme. What is the conflict? How does he respond? Text evidence. Go. First sentence is, the theme of the poem is, and then tell me what you think it is. We're down here. The blank. There's your sentence starter. How to get started. The theme of the poem is. We talked about acceptance. We talked about being different. We talked about working hard. Hard work pays off. Chase your dreams. We talked about that. What do you think fits this poem? So the theme is then go to conflict. And the conflict's right here. Conflict is right here. You're gonna give me the theme, and then here's the conflict, here's how he responded. And then we text evidence. So you identify the theme. first complete sentence. I gave you your sentence starter. You guys need to do all as complete sentences. Yeah. Complete sentences. Here's one starter. We're doing this. Just working on that. So I gave you the sentence starter, give you the theme. And then you're gonna tell me what is the conflict, which is right here. You already answered this question. So basically like the four points. You just go, so tell me the theme. What's the conflict? How did he respond? And then a piece of text evidence that helps explain the theme. And that's all you do. And then you should raise your hand when you're done. So you're gonna tell me what the conflict is, because how does he develop it? So tell me the conflict, which is here. So the conflict in the story is right here. And then how does he respond? So Gregory responds by here. And then give me something from the poem that helps you think that's the key. So in the poem it says, give me a book.